The weather conditions are slowly getting better. The rain has completely stopped and the wind speed is down to only 7 meters a second. The U-105 is on a heading of 075 degrees and our destination is the Gulf of Maine, where we hope to hunt in some deeper waters. Radio traffic is coming in about Operation Sportpalast. Battleship Tirpitz will be leading the charge, attempting to disrupt some of the Arctic convoys, sending aid to the USSR. The operation is set to commence on March 8th. Hello everybody, Wolfpack345 here, and welcome back to some more Silent Hunter 3 as we continue on our second patrol. As you can see, the weather has changed once again. Gone are the gloomy skies and foggy horizons. Now we just have, massive waves. And these waves are absolutely huge. Some of them occasionally lap over the conning tower here. Looks like that's not happening as much. It's probably not a good idea to be sticking my head, leaning over the conning tower, in a situation like this. It's probably going to lead to me getting tossed overboard. I bet all of these men are tied down, secure in place, so that way they don't get flung overboard, because that would be quite the situation. Let's go ahead and here's the weather report I did earlier. So obviously no fog or anything. Oh no! Oh, glub, 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 glub. Anyway. Speed, the wind speed now is 15 meters per second, and last time I did a little weather report here, it was only 7, so the wind has definitely picked up, more than doubled. And I think that's all I have to really say up here. This is terrifying, so let's go ahead and go inside. Yes, please. Alright, so here's where we are. We're currently in CB12, and we're heading on a, I guess, northwestern-ish course towards really the western half of the Gulf of Maine. We're going to set up a patrol pattern here, getting ships coming out of Boston Harbor and Portland up here. I think that is definitely a good spot to set up. If this doesn't provide any results, we'll go ahead and head towards Halifax, because there's always convoys going out of there. Let's see what else was there. So this journey from New York, the New York Harbor area, up to here was extremely uneventful. Part of that was probably because of the weather. But one thing is, I had enough spare time to go ahead and reload our external reserves. So now we have 2 G7As loaded in the aft. And also, just an update on our torpedo situation. We have 2 G7As and 2 G7Es loaded in the forward torpedoes, and that's it. After that, we're done. So my prediction at the beginning that we would run out of fuel before torpedoes might be wrong. We're only at about 50% fuel, and I want to save 30% of that for the return trip. So yeah, I think we might run out of torpedoes first, especially with sea states like this. This completely eliminates our ability to use the deck gun, so every attack will be using torpedoes, for better or for worse. Alright, and I think that's really all I have to say. Oh no, that was awfully close. These waves are terrible. Thankfully, if we do get, detected by a destroyer, these waves and this rough sea state will help us, because this is creating a lot of noise, and it's going to make it a little more difficult for passive sonar to pick us up and things like that. So there are benefits to this weather. One detriment, though, to us is our speed is severely limited in these seas. So that will cause some issues if we're trying to chase down a convoy or something like that. And it's just something we have to think about. But overall, could be much worse. Visibility could be 300 meters like earlier. And honestly, that's just the worst. That sucks. Alright, so I'll go ahead and stop my, pre-action ramble, I guess. I don't know what they call it. And I'll get on with it. Yeah, I'll get on with it. So I thought I would actually receive more radio traffic about this, but apparently not. So I'm going to just go ahead and talk about it. Operation Sportpalast happened, and it really was an operation by the Germans to disrupt some of these Arctic convoys that were heading to the USSR. So the 2 convoys were PQ-12, which was heading from Reykjavik here all the way to Murmansk, and then there was another one, QP-8, which was heading from Murmansk all to the British home waters. And both of these convoys were going to pass Bear Island here kind of at around the same time. So Tirpitz sailed along with a destroyer escort, and she was going to try to catch one of these convoys. Nothing came of it. I think there was some air combat from one of the Tirpitz's like scout planes, and also HMS Victorious. Yeah, I think that was the carrier that was there. But it really just opened the British eyes that the Tirpitz being here in Norway is a threat. So this really kicked off a lot of the bombing operations against the Tirpitz. I think 3 were launched. Yeah, 3 were launched in March and April, which resulted in nothing. But air raids against the Tirpitz would continuously be launched throughout the war until eventually they did quite a bit of damage to her. But I figured I'd just go ahead and share that. We did get a radio message about it, which is why I thought of it. All U-boats in the area of Norway may go to 400 kilometers north of grid AF-17 to join with battleship Tirpitz in Operation Sportpalast on March 8th. So I thought that was kind of interesting, but yeah, the Tirpitz didn't actually sink anything, and all the ships made it to their respective ports A-OK. So yeah, just an interesting little tidbit as we continue sailing here. We're pretty close to Boston, but we haven't caught any traffic just yet. We're currently cruising on the surface, and I'm trying to be vigilant with, you know, I say that, and I come in here, and these guys are all tired. I'm actually probably going to submerge here so I can give these men some rest. So we'll go down to about 40 meters, rest a little bit, and then come back up. Alright, welcome back. As you can see, the weather is silky smooth now that we have really been patrolling here in the Gulf of Maine here. Very nice weather we're having. We have spotted a ship though. Oh, let's see. Let's get a... Where is he at? 035. He's about, damn, close to 20 kilometers out there. And, okay, I don't know if you folks can see that. We'll maneuver a little closer just so you can see it. But that ship has lights, so I'm pretty sure it is a neutral vessel. It's heading south-southwest. Both motors ahead full, please. Let's go ahead and check on my crew while I'm at it. Thankfully, everyone is A-OK. We don't have a navigator. Are you getting in there, pal? Man, this whole crew management thing is getting pretty out of hand. Everyone's getting exhausted here. Fuel is down to, it's below 50%. We got an actual notification saying we have hit the 50% mark, so it's official, really, is what I'm trying to say. Let's go ahead and move a little closer and see. Let's see what this is. It's definitely a neutral since it has lights on it, so I'm probably not going to take shots at it. But I am curious, so let's go ahead and get nice and close. There we go. We should be able to make out what it is now. And that's a hospital ship. You can see the little crosses down at the bottom. And yeah, it's all lit up, so we're not going to shoot at it, but let's go ahead and sail nice and close to it. I'm sure they are not very happy with our presence because, you know, U-boats and ships, they don't mix very well. Yep, definitely a hospital ship. So yep, there's the flag up there. We are definitely not going to shoot at this. We're not going to commit war crimes. Not today, at least. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and let that ship sail on. Let's go ahead and all stop, and we'll let it pass us. Hopefully it plays nice and doesn't radio in our position to any of the American escorts in the area, but we'll let this guy go ahead and sail on past. Let's take a look at it. Ah, yes. That lovely green color. They do stick out. They really do. But yeah, we're not gonna take shots at this. So anyway, we'll go ahead and let the hospital ship sail onward, and we'll continue patrolling these waters. So far, we haven't detected anything in this area besides obviously this hospital ship. So we'll let it sail on by, and we'll go ahead and continue. I've set up a new little patrol grid. We're getting kind of in the shallow, but not too bad. Nothing too bad. I figured a lot of ships will just head straight on out of Boston and Portland, so maybe this is kind of a good spot. We'll see. I could always push it and get closer to Boston Harbor, which I might actually end up doing here in the near future. Anyway, I'll continue onward. It looks like the ship has passed us, so we'll go ahead and continue on our course. Okay, I was doing a quick hydrophone check. I have a ship. Pretty high-pitched screws at 240. Well, let's go ahead and change course, shall we? Let's head straight for it. Make my heading 240.
Neuer Kurs 240.
It's currently March 11th. We haven't had any more contacts since our little, sighting of the hospital ship. And I'm thinking we might move northeast towards Halifax here soon. I have a feeling this is just like a tugboat. And I'm deployed decoys. I have a bad habit of I don't know what it is about the J key. My hand goes to it constantly, and I don't hear the little whippersnapper anymore. Where is he? Where are you? Did it turn off its engines? What the oh, there we go. I'm just dumb. It's at 260. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and investigate. We'll sniff this guy out, see what's going on here. It's probably just a tugboat. And honestly, I'm not going to stick around here much longer if we don't catch anything, and we'll head towards Halifax. If anything, we'll catch a convoy heading out of Halifax, and we'll be able to track it and stalk it as we make our way back to home. That is possible. Very possible. So anyway, I will keep you guys updated on whatever the hell this is. So my hydrophone operator went ahead and identified it for me. Apparently it is a warship, so yep, not worth my time. So we'll stick around here probably another day, and then I'm going to go ahead and head out. This is not a very lucrative area. Not as lucrative as I kind of thought it would be. So we'll stick around today, see if we can find anything, and then head towards Halifax. It's now March 12th, and the weather's gotten worse, and we haven't seen anything. So we're heading, we're getting out of here. This was kind of a waste. So anyway, we're going to head up northeast towards Halifax and see if we can find anything. Hopefully it doesn't start raining and visibility doesn't get any worse than it is now. This isn't bad. This is manageable, but honestly, when those thick fog layers start coming in, that's when it gets really rough for us. So, but this is okay. This is fine. This is fine, yeah. So, anyway, I figured I'd just update you guys and let you know that we are leaving this area, and we're probably never coming back, if I'm being honest. I think Halifax is a good way to end the patrol. We are down to about 45% fuel, so we have about 15% left before we really need to start heading home. I do not want to be stuck in the Atlantic without fuel. That would be absolutely terrible. And embarrassing, frankly. That would be an embarrassing way to end a playthrough series. So I'd rather avoid that, if at all possible. So he would rather avoid it too. Yes, sirree. All right, so we're going to continue onward. Yep, that's it. Okay, so we got a report of a convoy heading southeast. We're going to go ahead and plot that here. It's kind of far away, but looks like grid BB78 course southeast. Speed is only 6 knots. It's going really slow. So we're going to try to intercept this here. This is going to burn fuel. Also, the weather's gotten worse. Yeah, it's pretty bad. As you can see, the sea state is terrible and it's cloudy. So classic Silent Hunter. Fuel is at about 45, 43-ish%. I don't know. So let's go ahead and let's crack out the charts. We want the hours. Let's go ahead and head full. Hopefully this doesn't hurt fuel supply too much. But once we catch them, we should be fine. Because if this thing's only going 6 knots, that is slow enough for us. That's really our cruising speed. Our cruising speed is more like 9 knots, so we should be a-okay here. Okay, see, we're going up to 15, probably maintain around, 13, 14, 15. It says it's going to take 4 hours and 4 hours to get there. And let's see, in 4 hours, it's going 6 knots. The convoy will move 45 kilometers. Wow, that's not very far. So the convoy will be here, and yeah, around here. There we go. Trying to close enough for government work. Let's go ahead and looks like we're actually making better time. Let's drag this out here. So it's going to be closer to 5 hours. We should catch them. So let's see. In 6 hours, move 66 kilometers. So it'll be about here in 6 hours. So we'll probably meet in between these two, which will be perfect for us. Hopefully nothing bad happens. And let's see, it's currently 1:47. So it should be early morning, so we should be able to at least see things whenever we detect the convoy. We can hope. Because honestly, I can't see jack in this sea state. And I know you guys sure as hell can, so... Anyway, that's the current plan. I think attacking a convoy will be quite a bit of fun. It'll change things up after our rampage over here. The torpedo situation is just fine for attacking a convoy. We have these 4 forward tubes and then tubes in the aft, so should be interesting. So buckle in. Okay, we have a visual contact. Also, I'm seeing some lights. It looks like fire. I wonder if this oh, quite a few. Looks like 3 fires maybe out there on the horizon. I don't know if you folks can see that, but there's just flickers of orange flame. Maybe this convoy was attacked previously by a U-boat. That's very possible. Interesting. Very interesting, actually. Okay, but anyway, regardless, apparently my men have sighted a destroyer.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloy.
020. I'm not picking him out. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. But anyway, we obviously have sighted the convoy. Way out there. I'm not seeing any silhouettes of ships. I'm just seeing the flames. Oh boy. So here we go. Heading south-southeast. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to have to outrun this convoy here. So we'll jog around it a little bit and try to maneuver in front of the convoy. And I'll keep you guys updated as we continue our chase. God damn it. Has spotted us. It's lobbing shells this way and it's coming straight for us. I didn't realize we were that close. Anyway, there's the convoy. At least we've made contact with it. Once we evade this guy, we should be able to engage the convoy freely. Anyway, I think we're going to go ahead and emergency dive here. Yeah, I think that probably is the best option. The convoy's still pretty far out. I think these ships that are smoking are actually lingering kind of far behind the rest of the pack. Well, regardless, we should be able to evade this ship fairly easily, so let's go ahead and emergency dive. Get under. Alright. Awesome. There we go. We're getting under rather quickly. That Corvette is so far out that I'm not really worried about it at all. The water here, oh shit. 74 meters, not as deep as I was hoping. So let's go ahead and go down to 70. Alright, and once we're down to about 40 meters, we'll go ahead and rig for silent running. And cut engine power. And really slow down here. Hopefully we can give this guy the slip without too much hassle. Right, picking up all the merchant ships now. It's a pretty big convoy. Look at that. That's a lot of ships there. So this is this is going to be very interesting. I don't know how many actual escorts there are. This is the only one I have picked up. But I guess we're about to find out, isn't that right? Okay, we're hitting 40 meters. Let's go ahead and slow down and rig for silent, please.
Schleifer. Beide Maschinen kleine Fahrt.
Perfect. Merchant moving away. More merchants. That's fine. Let's just check. You can go ahead and get some sleep. Our machinist can get some more sleep, and you're fine. Go ahead and get in there, boy. Okay, so everything seems to be set here. Closing in on 60 meters. Let's take a listen. Jeez, that's a lot of ships. That is definitely probably the Corvette. It's hauling ass. 120. Man, that thing is really loud. Yeah, that's coming right for us. Better hunker down, boys. This is going to be interesting. This is the Corvette right here. As you can see, it's closing. Let's go ahead and bring her down to about 1 knot. Really just be as quiet as we possibly can. Hopefully the ship misjudged where we are. This Corvette here. Apparently she's not pinging us just yet. And it's lingering. Just go right on by, buddy. Send our baffles and it passed. Perfect. Oh, maybe not so perfect. That's not good. It knows where we are. Yeah, it knows generally where we are. It's hanging out behind us. So let's just go ahead and keep moving away here. Let's take a listen. It's dropping depth charges. But it's behind us pretty far. It's about 300 meters out. Depth charges. And she's speeding up. Okay, well, we are now being hunted. I don't think any of the other escorts have broken off to try to pursue us just yet. Let's take a listen. The rest of it. There's another one, 080. That sounds like it's coming for us because it's moving really freaking fast. So we have another destroyer coming this way, along with the guy currently behind us. And I think that's all. Okay, so we're in for an interesting little ride here as we try to evade these destroyers. So anyway, I'll get back to you guys soon. I'll try to evade them. I don't think they really know where we are, just the general area, so hopefully we'll be okay. We don't have a lot of room to play with here, so that does make me more nervous than I originally thought I would be, honestly. So we'll see how this goes. So it seems the destroyers have broken off already. It hasn't been too long. Let's go ahead and come up to periscope depth. And let's go ahead and increase speed to 2 knots. And we'll come up nice and slowly, and we'll use some time compression here to speed up the process. But yeah, it looks like that flower class is already buggered off. Perfect. Coming up on 19 meters now. There we go. Let's raise our scope. Nothing right next to us, which is a really good sign. Let's see, which direction are they? They're at about 090. There we go. There's the Corvette. It's sailing away. Perfect. So we definitely gave them the slip. Only one of the destroyers actually engaged us, and it was that flower class Corvette. The one that we heard that was sailing for us, I don't know where it went. Maybe it was just like, yeah, this isn't worth it. Let's stick with the convoy. Probably a good idea. But I only heard, I took another listen. I only actually heard 2 warships, which is very promising, honestly. But I'll probably stalk this convoy until we do reach deeper waters down here. Mostly because evasion is going to be difficult in these waters whenever we actually make them mad. So anyway, that's the current plan. Unfortunately, I think that's where I'm going to have to end this episode. So thank you all for watching. This is Wolfpack345 signing off, and I'll see you guys on the next one, where we probably will be engaging this here convoy.